Hey guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel. My name is Deepak Patil, and today we are coming with a new video as a chapter 2 for our Symfony basic course, Symfony 7 course fundamental. And today we will cover this point. We will create the blank project. There are three ways to create the blank project. Then we will install the dependency. Once all the dependency is installed, we will set up the virtual host so we can access the project by URL. So this is the official URL where you can see all the detail about the Symfony. You can see all the detail about the installing of the Symfony framework and deploy on the production version. So let's continue. As I love Composer than Symfony CLI, so let's use the Composer to create the project. So there are first way to create the project just by using the Composer command. So we have to run the Composer command like Composer create project Symfony skeleton 7.1 is the version that we are going to mention, and then project name is Symfony 7. Once we created the project, we have to navigate with the whatever the directory created with the project name. We have to navigate with that directory and then install the whatever the dependency that we require for the web application. So this is the default package that Symfony setup, and when we require that, when we install that, all the necessary required packages that use for web application will be installed automatically. The second way is, for example, you want to start the work with some existing project. So in this case, you can just go to your Git account, whatever the GitHub, GitLab, Bitbucket, whatever account you have, or custom Git, it's or Git. So copy that URL. There are two type of URL. One is a URL with the SSH, another with the URL with the HTTP. So you can copy the HTTPS URL and use this command to clone the project like a git clone and whatever the URL mentioned there. Then go to the project directory and then use the Composer install command. So when you run the Composer install, that will be installed all the dependency that is mentioned in the Composer JSON file. And this is lots of time I pay for this. I have created the blank project. So whenever I got a new project from my client, I just create a new project directory and then copy and paste necessary file and then run the project by installing the Composer install command and by creating the host. And then next we will check it's really whatever the version we are required is installed or not. So let's follow the steps and create the first blank project. So I am going to follow this command. So I have created the project directory here. So let's create the blank project. It's very simple. After entering the command, all the dependency, whatever the dependency I required, that is automatically installed here. You can see here. See, all the Symfony files are created like a Composer JSON, Composer log. All the files are created. Then next check if there is any issue. I think there is no any issue. Everything is installed successfully and we don't have any suggestion from the Symfony. So everything is okay. So now we already set up the we already installed the blank project. So then check how we can check that if we have a whatever the project is installed or not. So I am going to go to the directory where the project installed Symfony 7. Then we have a bin and console command. So let's use that command, bin console, and then about command that already Symfony created. So when you run this about command, you can see which version the Symfony version install. You can see their metadata, whether it's a LTS version, if not, then what is the long-term support for that. So it's not yet defined because it's under the development, but if you use the Symfony 6.4, so it's a stable version. Then next is the kernel. Okay, so which kernel you are using in this application, and then which kind of PHP version this application is using. So this is very simple command to make sure which Symfony project you created. So next, now how to access this project. So to access this project, on your local, either you can create this project in your web directory, that is the default web directory configured to your Apache or whatever your PHP package you use. So we have to create, I suggest to create the virtual host on your local machine, so you can create your own URL and access that project by that own URL. So let's create that. So first of all, I have to create the configuration file. So we have a etc, then Apache 2, and then site available. This is in the Linux. This is the directory where we have a all the sites available. So when you create the new configuration, that will be your new virtual host. So we have to just copy and run. You don't need to I mean, when I commit this code in the repository, you will get all these steps, so you can copy and paste all this content from there. Okay, so I just enter the URL, yeah, and see the blank new file is created here. So what I have to do, just copy this content. Okay, I just copy and paste that content here. Okay, so all content is here now. So this content having some basic configuration. Okay, let's, what we can do this. I'm not put it slow. I'm going to use the gedit because that's a better version. So I can update that using the UI. So let's use that. Okay, see, so we can easily copy and paste and format this file. So let's use that. Okay, so this is how we create the virtual host. So we have to just mention the path. So I'm not going to update any path and just save it. Okay, so let's find out the path. Okay, so I just found that this is our path. Okay, so I'm going to copy this file and then edit the configuration file again. So let's copy that here. Okay, let's copy that here. That's it. So server name, so this is my URL, that URL I can access the application, and this is the path where my public directory is, and also this is the path where my project is, and these are the basic configuration. Let's keep that as it is, just use as it is. Later when you play more with the PHP and virtual host, you will understand what those are, but right now we don't need to change this, keep it as it is. Sometimes we have to debug the application, so it's good to better separate log path for each virtual host. So whenever, if there is any error on the server, I can see this log file and I can see this access file. Okay, so that's it. It's very simple. Then next step is, right now we are creating the configuration file. Now we have to enable this configuration, but before enable this configuration, we have to update the host file. So normally that host file is located in the etc and host. So this is the host file. So let's update the host file. So right now your local computer is, local machine is, the IP address is this, and we have to enable this host with this IP. So I'm going to, this is our training now, so I'm going to enter that in our training bar. Okay, enter. So I just put the entry here. It should be not that, it should be the whatever new file we created. Okay, so let's update that. Okay, so finally our host is updated in the host file. Now it's time to enable the configuration. So whatever the configuration we did here, we have to enable that. So to enable that, we have to run the sudo, let's check that, sudo a2 nside. So this is the command, that command give you to enable your virtual load. So it just, I just enter that. Yes, to apply the changes, we have to run the, we have to restart the Apache. So once we restart the Apache, I also mention here, so restart Apache with this command. Okay, so when we run this command, the Apache will be restart and your new configuration, host, virtual host configuration will be load, and now you can access your website. So let's check that if you are able to access or not. Yeah, so it's very easy, we can access the website. So let's conclude the chapter, what we learned today. So today we are installing the basic project, we are creating the basic Symfony project with the 7.1 version. So for that we have run, we run the command to create project and install the dependency. So to run the command, create the project and then install the, go to the project directory, install the dependency using the required web app. Then we created the, we check whatever the version install is correct or not by using the about command. So this is the way to run the command, but you have to go to the navigate, go to the your current directory. You have to go to the your current directory, cd, and your directory name is a project course, and when you go to the current directory, you can run this command. So we have a bin console command that provide a feature to run the command. About is a Symfony command. Then yes, we set the virtual host to access the project by URL. So these are the common steps. You can also find out the steps for the window, you can also find out the steps for the Mac. For the Mac it's little bit same, so it's the same. And after that we hit the URL and then access the project. So in the next video we are going to learn the basic Symfony framework directory structure. So I will try to explain you what are the basic directory and what are the use of those directory and what are the use of those file in the directory. So if you want such more video and next video for me, then please subscribe my channel by hitting the bell icon. Also if you want to create some another video, then mention the topic in the comment and I will try to create a video for you so you can learn more from me. I just want to share my experience. Thank you.